Reviewing Escape by Calvin Klein for Women, the fragrance that defined the early 90s. This iconic scent was launched in 1991 by the master perfumer Claude Dare. It was everywhere. But here is the thing about Escape, it has a bit of mysterious history. It has been reformulated a few times and rumors swirl about it being discontinued, then coming back, and now again it has been discontinued, but I am not totally sure. Leave a comment below if you know about it. Though you can get the older batches still available on some website. So is the current Escape still worth a sniff in 2024? I will tell you in this video. Is this a timeless gem, or if it echoes familiar territory with fragrances like Elizabeth Arden Sunflowers and Louise Femme? Let's find out if Escape in its current form deserves a spot in your modern collection. So let's start with the presentation. I have this 15 ml miniature bottle. This is an EDP concentration. This batch is from 2019, about 5 years old. The box, I don't have the box because this is a set of miniature bottles. It has a typical cardboard box. The bottle is a classic design. It is a simple transparent glass with the lines on the side and a silver metal cap. The sprayer I will show you here with the fresh spritz. It is kind of okay for the small miniature bottles, but I have not tried the bigger bottle sprayers if they are good enough. Okay, so the notes are too many notes, so I'll tell you the ones that I can get from this. So the smell, the opening is just a bit bad for a minute. It has the synthetic chemical mess, but after a minute it gets too good. This doesn't have a lot of citruses in the opening, just a bit of mandarin orange in the background for a minute, then it vanishes. And the moment the chemicals settle down, the melon note is the most prominent note from the opening till the dry down. This melon is giving a sweet, fresh, fruity, aquatic note with an aromatic herbal green note of chamomile and a fuzzy, soft, fruity note of apricot, just a bit. And some of the aromatic herbal and spicy accord is coming from the marigold. I do get an intense sharp green floral note of hyacinth, and the oak moss is absent to my nose. Maybe it is not as prominent as in other fragrances. This is a fruity, green, sweet, fresh fragrance. I do like the opening a lot, and I think this might have a bit of apple present in the opening. And I do not get the particular coriander note, but it does have a little bit of spiciness, very little, just in the background. And I do agree with the ylang ylang, a sweet floral note with a dirty sour nuance and a tangy fruit note of blackcurrant, a juicy fruit note of lychee. So a lot of fruity things are going on here, and pretty much this has all the notes mentioned in the opening. It is fruity, it's herbal, floral, fresh, a bit spicy and aromatic. As this goes to the heart notes, in the heart this does have a bit of peachy hint. Lily of the valley and jasmine are the most prominent notes in the heart to my nose, and it is kind of green, white florals, and it does have a bit of soapy, sweet freshness, which I do like. It is kind of good. I like this fragrance. And a little bit of spicy floral scent from the carnation flowers. The rose here is not as prominent as jasmine and lily of the valley. It is just hints of rose in the background. I don't get straight up roses, and this is good. This is really good. The heart is good, the opening is good. It is a really fresh, fruity kind of a fragrance. As this goes to the dry down, the musk is super clean and fresh. The vetiver is light and clean, not as the typical earthy vibe. It is a clean vetiver. The oak moss isn't here. It is like barely here. I cannot get it. It is not as prominent as in other fragrances you get the oak moss. So both the oak moss and the vetiver are a feminine version. They are like very light, feminine type of a note. And this has both sandalwood and cedar, a slightly sweet aroma of sandalwood and a creamy woody aroma of cedar. The sweet resinous cozy warmth of amber, and in the ending a bit of sweet comforting like cookie baking feel like vanilla sweetness. It is vanilla, but that feeling is like baking a cookie, something like that, very sweet, fruity, fresh. So overall, the main accords, it is aromatic, it is very much fruity, it is very much fresh, floral, herbal, sweet, a bit of green, and a bit of spiciness. The similarities to this fragrance, most of people have marked this fragrance similar to Sunflowers by Elizabeth Arden. So there are some differences. The scent profile is literally the same, but Sunflowers does not have any herbal, green, aromatic, or spicy accord as you can find in Escape. So if you don't like herbal spicy notes, you can go for Sunflowers by Elizabeth Arden, but it is not as long lasting as this CK Calvin Klein. Escape is thick, it is sticky, it is kind of loud compared to Sunflowers, and this is also similar to L'Eau de Easy by Issey Miyake for Femi EDT and EDP version, but again some differences. Calvin Klein has this herbal, aromatic, green, and fresh spicy accord, which is not present in L'Eau de Easy, and this is sticky, thick compared to L'Eau de Easy and also compared to Sunflowers, though personally I would recommend Issey Miyake compared to Calvin Klein. So Issey Miyake L'Eau de Easy is much more better than this one. So overall guys, Calvin Klein only has a few long lasting fragrances. Calvin Klein Escape is one of them. If you want something fruity, floral with a bit of aromatic, herbal, fresh spicy accord, then you can go for this, though it can give headaches to some people because this is kind of sticky, thick juice. So do try it out before buying it, though this is not recommended for the young crowd, might be a bit old fashioned for some people, but it is still not a bad fragrance in my opinion. Even after some 31-32 years, this is still a nice fragrance, but I won't recommend it for a blind buy. Do try it out before buying it. And some people said this is suitable for both genders, men and women, but I don't agree with that. This is totally a feminine fragrance, but if men like it, they can always wear it. So the rating for this fragrance on Fragrantica, this has a rating of 3.6 out of 5 with some 3000 plus votes, and also on Perfumo it has a 6.6 rating out of 10 with some 200 plus votes. So the longevity, it is a long lasting fragrance, 2 to 3 hours on the skin and up to good 10 hours on the clothes, which is very good. An 8 out of 10 for the longevity. The sillage, it is also good, an 8 out of 10, a strong sillage for the first 4 to 5 hours. It radiates between 5 feet, which is very impressive. The projection, again an 8 out of 10. It has a good projection for about 4 to 5 hours, so it is good again. The type, it is a fruity, floral, fresh with a bit of spicy, woody accord in the background, and it is also sweet. The audience, in my opinion, this is not for men at all. This is a totally feminine fragrance, and also it is not for the young crowd. For some people this can smell a bit of mature and old school or outdated, sorry. And the seasons, so this works in literally in all seasons, but do not heavy spray it in the summer times. It can feel too heavy in the summers. And the occasion, this is gonna work in all occasions for the women, especially night out, dates, etc, things like that. So the price tag, this is an affordable fragrance, just like Middle Eastern fragrances. You can get this around for some $20 to $30 depending on your location, which is a good value, and I will rate it again an 8 out of 10 for the price tag. It's a good fragrance.